You know that scene from the New Testament when the disciples are all on a boat on the edge of exhaustion, having rowed fruitlessly against winds all night long? I imagine them, muscles aching, brains foggy, looking out over the misty water and the dim early morning light. It was then that they saw a human figure coming toward them, walking across the water. Initially, they believed, understandably so, that it was a ghost, terror gripping at their hearts. I wonder about the very moment it set in who it was that they saw, calling out to them. Take courage. Don't be afraid. Did fear turn to confusion? Or maybe they were so overcome with astonishment and excitement to see their friend and mentor doing the impossible. I imagine that at least a few of them must have jumped up and down, not knowing what else to do with the adrenaline kick that they must have got at that moment. We know of at least one who was so overcome that he couldn't be contained. Peter said to Jesus, "If it is you, tell me to come to you on the water." Peter wanted in on this miracle, and Jesus loved him for it, affirming him with one word, "Come." But of course, we all know what happened next. That part of Peter's brain that's all about survival and self-preservation took note of the situation and pulled Peter out of the moment, and with that, his faith faltered. Ah, Peter, I get it. I'm not so different. I've been known to jump out of the boat thinking that I've got the faith required, and then almost immediately, my head's underwater. It's easy to be critical of Peter's lack of faith, to shake our heads at his need to be rescued. But two things can be said for Peter that cannot be said for anyone else on that boat. First, he believed enough to get out of the boat. And second, he called out to Jesus for help as he sank. It's easy to be critical of ourselves when we're in need of rescuing, to beat ourselves up for our failures, to shake our heads in shame at our own weaknesses. But it isn't the need of rescue that needs evaluating. We all need to be rescued all of the time. It's what we do, the actions we take when we are in need of rescue that matters. Note that I didn't say the attitude or the mental state we have during times of difficulty. I said the actions we take. I like reading the Psalms of David. The man was all anxiety, depression, and loneliness. And yet, he was also the man Jehovah said was a man after his own heart. Jehovah saw so much of himself in David despite his weaknesses. That gives those of us prone to dramatic emotions some hope. One of my favorite psalms is Psalm 31. About halfway through, it reads, "Be gracious to me, Lord, because I am in distress. My eyes are worn out from frustration, my whole being as well. Indeed, my life is consumed with grief, and my years with groaning. My strength has failed because of my iniquity, and my bones waste away. I am ridiculed by all of my adversaries, and even by my neighbors. I am dreaded by my friends. Those who see me in the street run from me. I am forgotten, gone from memory, like a dead person, like broken pottery. I have heard the gossip of many. Terror is on every side. When they conspired against me, they plotted to take my life. But I trust in you, Lord. I say, you are my God. The course of my life is in your power." I don't know how literal these experiences were for David. The man did live a complicated life. But these things don't have to be literally happening to you for you to relate to the feelings that they bring. or that they express. The thing that always stands out to me in David's Psalms of Lamentation is the fact that no matter how underwater and hopeless he felt, he never stopped praying. He never stopped believing that the Lord would rescue him. It would have been easy for Peter, in the moment he broke through the water's surface, to immediately think that Jesus failed him, that he couldn't trust Jesus anymore. But that is not what Peter did. He called out to Jesus with more fervor than ever before. Even when we feel beaten, or as if we have failed, if we still reach out to the Savior, believing even in the tiniest way that He is there, rescue is certain. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 says, "For you are saved by grace through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift from God." Jesus is there, hand outstretched, ready to pull you from your own personal tumultuous sea. No matter where you are, no matter how you feel, you are already rescued. There is nothing left for you to do but take His hand.